I have to give all glory and praise and honor unto the Most High. It's gonna be a quick little lesson, man. And you know, today what we're gonna be talking about is you know, Yahshuwa Mashiach. He died on his own terms, man. He left on his own terms. And throughout the scriptures, when you're reading it, you see that there was numerous amount of times that the Pharisees tried to kill him, and it wasn't his appointed time. It wasn't his appointed time to go, and they couldn't do it yet. And when you really examine the scriptures, up to his final moments, you see that even though they put the crown of thorns on his head, they beat him, they nailed him to the tree, they did all these things to him. But with that being said, he left on his own terms, man. And this goes to show you that he was still in full control. He still had full power. He was still in charge of everything. And we're gonna show you that in the scriptures, man. John chapter 10, verse 17 through 18. It said, "Therefore does my Father love me, because I laid down my life that I might take it again." He said, I laid down my life, man. Verse 18. "No man taketh from me." You see that? It said, "No man taketh it from me. No man taketh it from me. But I lay it down of myself. I have the power to lay it down, and I have the power to take it again. This commandment I have received of my Father," man. You see that? He said, "No man take it from me." No man took his life from him. He said, "I have the power to lay it down, and I have the power to take it again." So you see that? You see him right here. He left on his own terms, man. And we're gonna show you that, further on in the scriptures, man. And this is also for you guys that don't believe in the virgin birth. You know what I mean? You deny the power of the Hamashiach, man. You deny the power of the Most High. He's telling you here that no man took his life, man. Right? So you guys say the virgin birth is impossible. So you are not know the scriptures, man. Let's keep going. So right here, John chapter 19, verse 30. "When Yahshuwa therefore had received the vinegar, he said, 'It is finished.' And he bowed his head and gave up the ghost." So they gave him vinegar when he was thirsty, and they gave him, instead of water, they gave him vinegar. He said it was finished, man. And he bowed his head and gave up the ghost. He said it's finished, man. When he said it's finished, then he was able to go. He left on his own terms, and we're gonna show you that in the next scripture coming up, man. He said it's finished, man, and bowed his head and gave up the ghost. So you're gonna see exactly what I'm talking about right here. So when it came to Roman crucifixion, like I was saying, when your arms, or when you are in that position, fixed in that position, with the nails in it, it's difficult to breathe. So what you would have to do, I think, is you would have to push up with your legs, with the nails in it, and it's very excruciating pain, in order to exhale. It's very difficult to breathe. Now, when the Romans got tired of, pretty much torturing you, and it was according to, the law too, that, you wasn't supposed to leave a person hanging, all day, all night, because then the land would be accursed. That's in Deuteronomy, I believe. I think that's in Deuteronomy. So they had to take the bodies down, but usually, they would leave you up there as a spectacle, the Romans. But so this was pretty much like a cop out, for the victims. Is what they would come by and break that person's leg, so they won't be able to push up, so they won't be able to push up anymore. So they pretty much will die from suffocation, you know. So, it was still even more pain because they were breaking their legs, but it was kind of like, they were showing mercy to them in a sense, because, like, look, you're just not going to die, immediately with those nails, in your wrists and your feet, It's going to take a while, So for them breaking your legs was actually kind of showing mercy to them, so they could die quicker, So let's read this right here. John chapter 19, 32 through 34. Then came the soldiers and brake the legs of the first and of the other which was crucified with him. Remember the two thieves that was crucified with him. They broke the legs of the first and the other, so they could die. You know what I mean? They're breaking the legs so they could suffocate. But when they came to Yahshuwa and saw that he was already dead, or saw that he was dead already, they break not his legs, man. You see that? They break not his legs because he was already dead. You see in the previous, the previous, chapter that I read, it said he gave up the ghost on his own. The scripture says, no man taketh his life. So this blow right here from the soldiers, these soldiers breaking their legs, that would have been the final death blow to kill him. But when they came to Yahshuwa HaMashiach, he was already gone. Like it says in the scriptures, no man take my life, man. I gave it up myself. And I have the power to, to resurrect myself. You know what I mean? It's showing you that he was still in control, man. This final blow by breaking, his legs would have been the death blow by the soldiers, by man. But it didn't happen, man. No man took his life, man. He gave it up. He said it is finished, and he gave up the ghost on his own. Let's read 34. But one of the soldiers with a spear pierced his side, and forthwith there came out blood and water. So they pierced his side, and it came out blood and water. So when they pierced his side, the reason why blood and water came out, because they actually pierced his heart. So they pierced his heart, man, to see if he was, to make sure he was actually dead, you know what I mean? And blood and water came out. And, the reason for that, blood and water came out, it's like, there's a, it's a term called pericardium. I believe it's called pericardium. When you're suffering a lot, when your body's under a lot of trauma, there's like a certain fluid, or like water that fills up, that fills up around the heart, like what because he suffered a lot, So when they pierced him, that's why blood and water came out. You know what I mean? So it shows you that, look, he suffered a lot. It's called pericardium. It shows you that he suffered a lot, man. There's a sac that fills up around your heart with a lot of water, due to intense trauma. So, that's what happened, man. So we just gonna keep this one short, man. So you see, during the scriptures, man. Let's read that one more time. I'm gonna just go to 18. No man take it from me, but I lay it down of myself. And I have the power to lay it down, and I have the power to take it again, man. You see that? You see that? He was still in control, man. Like I said, those Roman soldiers, if they would have broke his leg, that would have been the final death blow from man, that killed him. But it didn't happen that way. I mean, to the two thieves, they broke their legs. That's what really killed them, So with that being said, all praises to the Most High, man. Hopefully this is edifying.